Hey, Tawala Mzansi. My name is Vusi and I'm your host. Vandag show Nyaruna, I've got a beautiful sister of mine, a very close friend of mine. She's also a GBV activist. Her name is Pontsho Serumula. My sister.
Hi,
Fede.
hi, look.
Okay. Yes, umutle man. Yeah.
That's why.
Kasi
Yeah.
we prepare le shapo black and ready. Re tlo renga ji.
Nice.
O sharp man.
Okay, grand. Top to go.
Mnat. Mfethu, thank you so much man for accepting invitation Yarun. You role we dlalang is very 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 important in the society. As motho wa mme, you know. As ba bangata batho ba bomme hom batla tswela mpele ba re nna ke batla ho leader ke batla ho ba ho forefront in terms of dealing with the issues of the GBV and all that, right? So for those who doesn't know Pontsho Serumula like I do, Pontsho Serumula ke mang o tswa kae?
All right, Pontsho Serumula. Ke ngwanyana ko kasi, ke ngwanyana strata, ke ulela mo kasi Thokoza, ke ne sekolo mo Haung primary school, ka landulwa za secondary school. Right now ke dula ka mo Boxburg.
Okay.
Ke sebetsa around here. I can't say
Yeah.
it. I am a pen survivor, a gender-based violence survivor, and an activist. I'm just a girl next door.
Sure.
Who has taken upon herself, or I will never keep quiet. Because today, being a woman, it looks like it's a sin or you are an enemy of the state. We are no longer safe. We are no longer free to express ourselves. It carry like the apartheid era, whereby women, we are confined to, we have to be here at what time and what we need to do at what time, at somebody's approval, which are men. We don't know what is the cause, but it's happening. Rabona tlhekefetso ya basadi le bana every now and then. We see tlhekefetso ya the LGBTIQ, the gays and stuff, by men. Rabona, like now, but as to where I get fit in my destination, nobody knows. Especially if you're a woman, meaning that we are matela gufa, we just go come how or
Come how
Yes.
Mamela, before can I tell you, how can he? Vusi Habo feel freedom, right? Or give freedom ya how. Now Vusi Saploma Pontsho Serumula. Why is it that but babo mme hangata o tlo beela nako ya hore ke di weekend o kena ka nako so should wa ska kena ka nako eo o sa kwatile e khoswa ke eng ntwe how na ha
I wouldn't say for sure because I don't know why the timekeeping should be important. But whatever that you do on the left is supposed to happen on the right. Mostly in my experience, a man will tell you, which are red flags when it comes to an abusive partner. I kerate musadi o dulang a le ko habo because o thola the influence and stuff. Ka 5 o'clock when you come back to work, you must come see that everything is okay at home. Now I don't have friends, I can't be with my family at any given time, and you are my partner. Then ka 5 o'clock on and when you are not there, or doing what? Because from work stress, I have to be at home, feel the love, feel everything that is at home. So uka sere nna ke khutla ka 5 o'clock ka tlung, and then when I khutla ka 10 o'clock while I'm asleep. Therefore, where did I offload everything that happened to me during the day? You are supposed to be my friend, my better half, my companion, my everything.
Everything.
Alluring, when I'm happy, I'm stressed, I'm frustrated, you are there to offload as much as I have to be there. Remember, now we are sharing everything. So, obvious, and when you are not katlung. That's being unfair, which is what is happening. Obviously, because we are not there. But you want me to be here. To be here with who? Doing what? While we are not there.
Sure.
You don't want me to have friends, but we have friends. So meaning that or something there is wrong. Hence I'm saying that or I can't say for sure if it out guy. But once a woman will be at home and you are not at home, meaning that part of our agreement was broken somewhere. If you sabat to strata, then we have to be there and be a friend to your partner. Share everything with her.
One is hurry before na go sharp, so you educate us and you take us through of what is happening, especially matlung allocation, whereby you'll find ku malume is put like you. Unalongwana anang le 10 years kuntlung ngwana abused sexually. Ki this malume. And you'll find hore batswadi ba malume sputla, they are protecting sputla in terms of reporting the abuse. Your take on that?
Rehola in a cultural society, spiritual society, and what have you, whereby we believe in it, of which is a mentality that we need to lose along the way or a better, healthy society. Why am I saying this? In each and every abuse that is happening, whether Kingwana or Kemtomholo, somebody else knew about it but decided to look away. In what manner? Either Malume Sputla, the breadwinner in the house, or the owner of the house, and then we are all dependent on Malume. So should we do anything? Re-reported this matter. One, chances are you won't be believed are there, because the victims are not believing most of the time, because we have this thing already. But if you were being raped and stuff, now you understand, meaning that you are provoking, meaning you can't be yourself around. And then once you start confiding in yourself, because so mostly by poverty has taken the forefront place. Some matters in a report. And you are putting more problems, because if Umalume Sputla got away with it, somebody else will do it within the family and get away with it. We don't talk about this thing because we as a society, we don't believe victims. Instead, we'll have to ask questions. But like on my case, like really, who deserved to be done something just because we say something? Who gave anyone that right to bulala umuntu just because of akasakufuni? Who gave you that right? So, Tina, we have taken the wrong things as mega at the pedestal. That's why when Yonkinto, it just called my police station of the case. But we understand it doesn't. So it's a broader problem. Now, because I have to stand with my brother, irrespective of 20. But once you start changing that mentality, whereby if you see your friend or your brother ends in the wrong, you are the first one to say something. This thing will win it.
Because in my understanding, Batuba sweet, I don't know, it's just my opinion. Keep on about being dangerous because of quiet, too sweet and stuff. But into the angle 15, they I don't know if you understand. Now, Utashit's point is very, very, very important. That talks to the issue of a breadwinner. Where it dependile who mutu o, who unketsa ingi, hausanataba, because of without yena, nam nothing. Do you think that is the right approach, especially what me, where should ki arwane le likido, nakunoja, hakunoba electricity. That approach, that stigma, what do you think maybe if ubua le bomme ba bang hore ntwe ka change the whole perception e ka ba efeng?
Okay, remember Pontsho, when we are faced with that kind of a situation, in what way I've reached out to my church. I didn't get help during my own ordeal. To the friends, to the comrade, to every because people, they feel what and once you take that banker personality, but It's something, but they are going through a lot. But offer a listening ear that you are supposed to be given so that what is going on in your life. And in some cases, not that Malume is a breadwinner. Sometimes I'm the breadwinner, feeding the very same Malume. But as women, we are made to believe that we are nothing. Today I'm something without a man. And there is no man that will come and say, "No, I'm going to change your life." Because after I took back my power, the culture and the spirituality and whatever that you can think of, and then get our key believer, without a man, I cannot stand and face the world. Like the guy will tell you, but in favor. The yellow bones and stuff, petite and stuff. So meaning that chances of you getting somebody else after me are very slim. And that thing, it builds in your mind. You end up believing it. If you could see because they want a flat tummy and all of that, just to please the men who have never been pleased. Because one tall petite is still one we can see. They have been the victims also of this GBV. So it's not what you do. But along the way, you have to now believe that this is me and I'm going to take back my power. Now I took back my power, and when I took back my power and say, you know what, kikupile everybody to come and stand by me. Next I want support a financial or one family. But I wanted to get out of that miserable marriage. But everybody didn't want to think, if it would depend on, even to the idea backfire and what have you. Then I took a stand. By taking a stand, I nearly died, because that's where now our spot got a seat. Now kanjani utlonkeetsa mahlabatho, I'll be looked like a failure as a man, or maybe now you can't control me anymore. You understand? But the decision that I took, it was final. I'm leaving with anyone's approval or not. What will happen to me? And worse, now I'm scared for life. But still, it's because now I had my power. And face life. And today, I'm one of the stress-free women without any man. And I'm not intimidated by any woman wherever I go. Meloring, or my scars, young confide, or I should go up to here or where. And even a guy, if you don't do me good, just because I don't get the favor, I on spot. I get delete fast and furious. I don't even care who but foreign. Go there. But this is me. I will never tolerate. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the word, but I can't tolerate shit.
No, correct.
For the effect or now, in or no. Power back. I've got my voice back. The one in a what is going on? What's up pain Ellen Kahari? It's so dangerous. More bottling into so that you feel like you are perfect. Everything is okay. Than pain alone, it's a scar. My scar, what you want to kiss? Before deal, Kenya makeup, and then catch what I'm But Yakamukahari, whatever I do, you can drink alcohol. But to get addicted today, get alcoholic, not because of my choice. They could not handle the pain that is inside, because whenever they try to cough it out, they are being silenced. We understand. But it's chomizama, do this, do that. Instead of facing what is really, here's the problem. The man that I thought loved me for over 11 years, over a decade. But Utswile one day, Anana Humpolai with an seat. But because God is great, here I am. And I'm living my life to the fullest. No exclamation, no comma, no full stop. The full stop will be put by God.
Mamela Uswakaman. This topic, it's interesting. It's educational. One, honalemme anangli a 20-year-old, if not 25, arring. This is my boyfriend in our days, right? This is my boyfriend. In order for now to survive, Muntlu, tlamili reetse anything for this man. Now, Wanak, please, Kajin, Kwena at Fokomelang mtu. Rakandlu, Ntate Vusi, Kajin, Ushokomelo Kwen, to a 20-year-old little girl. Me approach Wana Ubua, that kind of a thing. You are a GBV activist. Talk us through to that element?
In that situation, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
You don't allow that situation to happen. You don't even begin to start with it. If now you are going to be turned to be a sex slave just because of Rorobalojil, go and find a safe place. We are all over. The reason we are doing this, so that if you don't know around Thokoza where to go, if you are faced with an abuse like this ones, you can't go to the police station, because even our police stations, normally, you know, whatever that you may say, they get so people like myself just go to Facebook, internet around Kasidi Temelo, and they're accessible freely. You talk to people like myself, or acknowledge this problem. But now, if I get into a Ekatlu, I won't have a place to sleep, I don't have food to eat, and I don't want to do this, then we are there to help. I might not help you personally, but I can refer you to the place that will be able to help you. It's high time that we speak out. And Hoja, we all can. Lingwana 7 years can sell something, can start a small business. You reach out to those places, then you'll be able to be assisted to start a small business. You know, the community service around. It's just felt like about today, don't have that information, or maybe because of what is going on, the focus is not much there. But there is something that you can do it. I stood up, kisna any kind of income, but instead of more, after being blackmailed, even my family convinced me, no, the way to go, because now we get my point. By then, I didn't have the pain. All I had was my power. I said, no, I'll figure everything out. As long as mutu ale pregnant, Atamaka will chair. I'll be pregnant in 9 months, and then I told him right. Learn now with my scar. I'll see what I'll do. I can see my hand, I can still move. I can feel my legs, they can still move. Then I'll figure it out. Without anybody's help. And run with it. People were laughing, they were doing that, but I never give up, because now I was healed inside. The pain that was inside, it was healed. Uno said the outer one, of which one with medication and what, but inside, at that moment, Anka Asiti Antela, and I realized, I have survived. That's when now I said, I'm healed. Anything else, I'll figure it out.
Take us through, if you're comfortable, of exactly what happened to you.
Okay, with me, I was in an abusive relationship. I was married at a very young age. Coming from the street family, like and stuff. And then with young minds, we convince each other, because we are blinded by love. The best thing, we get married. You get my point.
Sure.
And then my family resisted, but they had to give in, because either or, I was going to do what I want. I'm a teenager. I got married at a young age. We stayed in marriage. 5 years down the line, you started to see the red flags. Or now, the choice of clothes we were upon the parot so ubua ka ntho le reng wa tsba rona le yona and wa rata o bona na msadi a apara so o nice na msadi wa ratang bagotsi so o tsebe ai ke msadi out of order. You understand? Mosadi o dulang a le mo family ya ha so be
and giving effect o rong ona conditioning, sure.
So o ya qala o etsang wow isolate so that everything that I etsang ho wena you can't tell anyone because you are cutting off the umbilical cord, alluring you associated with those people. How we lekerekeng and everywhere you go, then people will interpret that as love. Or hey, when like la ratan everywhere you go, it's khanti you are being monitored. If ubatla shopping, you have to wait up free so that you go there. But now I knew from the bottom of my heart, it has nothing to do with all that. That was it. Then in Dilemodia, there's interference in family. Now, the decision. As you grow old, you are a woman. You have to.
So interference is like
from the in-laws.
Okay.
Whereby now the culture will come in. Rona, the thing that we're asking me at 5 o'clock, because on 20 is full time. Now household kala la ubona ronal banyana basmati kontle or what have you. Now slowly why distance upon clue. Then I become lonely at home. Then questions start being asked. Then you start to fight. Every now and then we are fighting. How fitla obo tsore how khale ko emetse tse tla kae kae ha watla then o rong wa shapiwa. How sa botse hape hore why u fitla this time then wa shapiwa yeah o nahanela bosatane why o sampotse and stuff. We understand everything you do there is no right or wrong. Everything you do is wrong. Ke khome ya moshadi. So bali interference ya family le santsana na le di plans so bona se ba kena o saying they are here to visit, you are not even aware. But ba mokasi not batho ba tloang bo kae kae ina hona mokasi just pop in the morning the whole family. You had plans or tropo. But funny enough, he knew that they will come in. But because I was going to be. But how was we were going somewhere. So each and everything will start to be irritating. How did we gathering some sebetsing? Now I go want to tell Vusi in a funny way. But kana ko ha tlo ishapa o kareng le tlo fitla we qota ko ntlu. If o teng o sa bui amongst the friends tsa high, why ba funny o batla bontsha batho ka re ha re sharp. So there was always something to fight about. Up until jwanong ke fila le na rwatsa king ntwe ele ya hore a women umthola asa sebetsi and then ha qala sebetsa wa ujigela then o tshaba ntwe hore ke tlo re ha ke re ke a divorce no ba tlo re ya we have said it hore ha qala then o dula o tshwere ke ntwe up until you say what fuck ba bue because now ke nna motho ke feeling and I could see now it getting worse. Remember ke start from grade R up until being a graduate. Now the abuse start ka small ka ditapa ka mpama neneng ke vase neneng ke kharafu nene wa khamiwa and all those stuffs. So why bona re wa tswa momo ke mo no. Then I called my family ke ba jotse ke re no guys a ke sa ipatla come out me excited and they could not believe me as always because unana a sweet tongue. I man when I rata exercise and to the jwale and stuff ke re but what's king one thing that I can tell you gore mhlalo khutla mo tlola tagal box you had a chance and you never used it. And definitely it was Sunday. On Monday, ke tshelo ka acid. Because he could see now what I mean it. Whatever that I was saying, I mean it. You could tell your partner who I wanna ke tloetse hore ha ke motobetsa mo. A tobetsa ya ke motobetsa mo. But then uno sna mo ke tobetsa yanteng. I was enough. Ne ke itjwetsa hore ska na ntsa promise hore tla nkenya ka cage ngayo nlatlela kono ke nkijiwe ke fish no one will know where I went. Ne se ke le ready for anything.
So, on that Sunday, utlaka ACT boom go where?
On a Monday, we are not different shifts.
Sure.
Supposed to be at work, and then I'm going on night shift. Keep busy in Totsaka preparing. And by the way, ona keep it dile motona sadulile na renting somewhere. Now what he will do, he will go there, bamoje, and then asali dikoloton come back, recover, and then go somewhere alive. So now he wanted to come back because then I didn't want him to come back anymore. And I took my stand on it was final. On that Monday, Ufitlile wanted to talk. I didn't want to entertain the talk. And I knew something is going to happen. I had that feeling from Sunday. Hence, I said to my family, because I knew I will never get happy. I guess I'm around. Then he tried to talk. I didn't want to entertain that. In my mind, I was planning my escape. Or should I tell Arubata ready mofati every time I'm planning ho rekotswa ke le kae. Unfortunately I thought in now o tla gonna o tlonshapa as usually ke nna o le kiviga kanti was pouring something. Still then I didn't entertain whatever that he was doing. I went straight to the door. Ke ya ka next door ke fitla ke bula pompo ke dula like I'm under shower. Call for help. I sat there until help came. That's how I manage or into less can damage this much. God gave me stability because I don't know why because I could feel Raymond. Shrink. I feel like I'm burning. So for this that thing helped me because if that thing didn't help, remember can treasure CP. It just CP to a pale how many 700 or 900 or 1,000 degrees. The color of a paint in an aluminium, but let alone or in I just ran there because that was my plan to escape. Nesekisna energy to argue or say anything to him.
Tell me, what do you think or what was the reason for General Seleka ACT? It was that if you were not losing, right? ha tlameha ho tholwa ke motho o mong from outside, so e re ke mo senye sefahleho. Do you think maybe it could be the reason for that, to say, let me just ruin her beauty? You know, because you can't just think of acid to tshele motho ka acid ko sefahlehong if e le hore that particular person wa morata and o batla ho ba le yena forever. So do you think maybe o tshela ka acid it was that if I can't have her, no one else can?
Either that, because now you know the potential of
that woman
partner
sure.
that you had. Therefore, allowing that woman to be with another man, you know what will come out with. And the stupid of the family members, always they think it's men who are building whatever that is in the house, buying the house, the cars, furniture and everything. Men can do it alone. And in most cases, as women, rapusha, remapanda, really hustler. We want to see that
100%.
soft life, really say
Sure.
where we are.
Yes.
So, but families, they will take a status, a position, the advocate, therefore, and think everything that is there. Mind you, Hori, after Sekitule Spetler, I had to go and claim my cars that they thought they were bought by him. Remember how them in their mind they will always think to the extent to taking back my car because I'm now looking. But they knew and there was nothing wrong about that. But bona it's the arrogant part of it. That's why we take then we should deal. Instead, I'm where I wanted to be before him. It just felt like interfere but step our journey. So I'm living that dream. Remember, it's not me. Now I'm here to create my own life. Baka Banabaka, they will create their own life. So it's kind of my background, that's me. No. Where I want to see myself, which is where I am right now. Alice go without his own help.
Now, utsetseka acid. Sorry, we interfere. Utsetseka acid. Then you go next door. Through that process, where is he now?
They said to me, "Skaki hoeletsa maki nceta ke ya kana so ke tsho ke matha ke tlhobola diaparo ke fitla ka go ke lepono in my case they know my nakedness." You understand? So le ena ba re utswile now a tlhobola the shirt because in must splash it le ena in part of his body and arms and I don't know where. So utswile jwalo abalia go into that side ya Klepperfury.
Now case way good. Right, Maponesa, they taking over, you know, the whole process, right? And then when I was petlel, so what happened then?
Case ki butsi batlile kontong. The social worker assisted me batla ko kontong, but they told me that case ya ka hona mo itlo because now ke nna le ena ka tlu. There are no witnesses, so it's just gonna cost me a lot of trauma. And seeing the way killing that thing is
social worker.
No. The police. The police.
Okay.
But hey, we can't open a case here. Once you get better, then you will come. Mind you, Ricky did this over 11 months.
Yes.
So now, when I get a case, or for that past 11 months, I can the guy will roam free. Then I have to put pressure because now. Give a case.
Sure.
Ki tluile mo la ka koloi ya sepetlele ka di dripitsa ka ke ya police station mo Edinburgh ke tlo bula case
all the way from Spetlele
all the way
to Edinburgh police station.
Yes.
O bula case because of Maponesa are we cannot bula case go go Spetlele yo
ke butsi case ya ka then ha ke fetsa bula case then now they had to go habo wana le go teng and then a re fitla ha yo mo o kae o mosebetsing. And because of the embarrassment in the basabatle ebeteng, and ntwe ke buile nka re Maponesa a kasi le wena o le motho a kasi, it is a serious problem going forward. I believe in future tlamele Maponesa a rotate like where you are staying, you should not be working around because it become a problem.
Muntu hlala menywe maphathi donsa abangani bami urafu simiza nondlavile ngibeka imali contributor ngegasoline.
As I'm saying, then I went Kibuti Keisiaka, then we went for Ratola room 17. Then they allowed the parents who no, we'll pick him up remotely Seko police station. And funny enough, I remember how Kiatseba Mosmo, Kiabo so and so and a Kitalena ball. We understand. Then they allowed that. Or okay, fine. For dignity high. I had my own letter, then I'm and then they said, if I'm we're gonna arrest you. Then that was it. No one said anything to me. Was he arrested? I don't know. Was anything done? I don't know. Up until 12 months later, going to the police station with a follow-up case. I never got answers. I'm talking about late 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018.
Now it's 5 years later.
2018, that women's march, we took on the street, Ria Koko, where women's organized during the total shutdown, Remacha Ria Kopitori. That's where now my case I told the exposure and the audience and the follow-up. Harris follow-up a case, but how come? We were told, no, KCR was rejected to court because of the hospital records. And then the police station, that's your tendency. You come back and open the cases. Then I requested a statement to case. Because Kibuti statement from the hospital, yes, from hospital I was forced to come and open the statement. So now there is no way in Kafita no a case without doing another statement. So that statement so that I can verify or can cold cases somewhere, storeroom key, and stuff. Then another story was that the records of hospital. Now kinali gender equality. Remember case again saying gender equality, then the people that will go there raise a follow up on what is going on. Then I came here. Police station. Why you didn't tell me all about the hospital records? Because I do have the hospital records. I use them some of my accounts already insurance in the patali. So I had to send them something to show that I'm in hospital, I'm hospitalized. You could have told me that then that's how case mind you, we know corruption is corruption. Already it disappeared, so they thought it was going. And furthermore, a patient go tell me I was a patient go bara. You never talk to me. Bara, my file is there. Go Charlotte McLean. My file was also there. St. John for my file is also there. You never talked about filing out because all these things. Then we had to get the files, give them copies. Court. And the important thing to everyone who's going through the abuse and how so fitly to the stage and the courage you are also on that situation, make sure you keep the records, you keep the photos. Get loud. Lucky enough, I kept everything for years. All the abuse that was happening to me, whether but they were saved on the cloud. So I have all the evidence that I have. The history and the background of abuse. Now I say fitla mola with law but take
Sure.
Lucky enough, I had everything to back up this person is an abuser. Not on the same incident. You can try or maybe manipulated the one that was happening on the day. But the history and the background is there. To the extent the city claiming city is a quality controller and stuff. But forgetting or as a quality controller, or quality something. You are working in a department that is there. you know, most lawyer, they can't ask you full details
Sure.
because ba nka hore ha o le motho wa mme, and then o le motho o motho, they check your education background or no re tla manipulator quick and
Akeleza, yeah.
but ba le batho la ngwanyana strata ngwanyana o smart. I have to get them through le di PPE ya high QC that we are claiming that is a QC in order to acid resistant to show that the department that's what ngayona ke acid. Furthermore le yena o kila mochisa loto mo tsamaya robala ko union na di record tsa hore this thing o sebetsa ka yona e get
Wa itseba.
Why tseba? Therefore, you can't come. That's how case yaga ilaba tough. Isaba case ele baring it was between the two people. Then batla dealer, the lawyer needed one by one. They resign out. We open the case up until he ipella ka hore a tlhokofala.
Your experience with the police station, then, ne? Do you believe in Maponesa, them doing their job in this kind of incident?
The general ubuile.
The general
ubuile, and
that is why the problem today. Exactly.
We are no longer having confidence with the police
Yes.
and the judiciary, the justice system. We've been saying it, but we are bitter as activists, but we've been saying it along. Why am I saying this? You'll find out there are things that they were supposed to do, but they never done. How can I bula case? Ule motho wa mme. Whether le how se motho wa mme, how you bula case ko police station? Bona se ba bona a customer to the perpetrator. Maponesa. To the extent or haba ya mola, is a transaction or bona wena u flopile. So it's a sort of not squash this thing. That's their language they are speaking. That's why ananale arrogance lead that ya utsibore. Covered from the prosecutor, from the police and stuff. Ha robala to find una sathola le bail motomba montshitse kanto. Case yaka only to find out hanzeri case yaka enenkilo as a common assault. Ki bua ka motho ele una le 3rd degree burns. Most 60% of the body. Mara bare ke common assault. Not an attempted murder. It logica has a kikenya the heat. That's why I collapse the IO and sorry Kosiaka. As I investigate myself, I collapse at Lokofar.
So it was an issue of him bribing
because
them.
I want to get there.
Yeah.
I was opening all doors. They must be tender. What happened? Why Kesiaka was taken? That court, the regional court, is the right court, and I change an attempted murder court case. Instead of that thing, a common assault. We can't say or mutolo road is so long. West Party almost 2 years for recovery. Then ubotoriki common assault. You can't clap ile fell and then mataka police station. So Chelete it plays a role. That's why in those years, from that 2018 case yaka active up until 2023 I was very much patient. In what sense? Ki itwetsa fela kere Chelete ya fela. And then chelete itlo fela e le hore ba itshepile make sure ke I squeeze or remove fela na ke ta fela ke tlo modula. And indeed the signs they were there chelete ya qala e ya fela and then I qala fela then I put it on the heat and ha ke kenya the heat jwale ke push or I want my case trial ya ka it started and by then chelete ne say fela you could tell neng ha patala attorney ya khona mo represent. Now we have to get the reminder I can no longer proceed because I ke khona ho thola my payment or what have you. So ne se ke tseba re jwale ya fela because na as a man remember ubula case is free o tlo ikwala wena o ikwala ka chelete because you are bribing then na ke tlo go and reopen for free again. The only thing is transport act and I can to go to court I can lele because when you go to court as a witness you are getting refunded your transport costs.
We understand.
So for as long as I'm not paying any attorney fee then I make sure the shelter the lawyer di amoja good because I get shelter I useless I support the ban. That's what I did. Case one way or the other.
Yeah. Now still attend the court, right? It's now years later. Luena, you want justice, and now platform how is really sharp. Dinto dia etsala. The lawyer sa khona patala, right? Nako AI. Then what happened with the case? Did the court find him guilty? Our
trial already in SA to the finalization. Unfortunately, ka December ka di 15 ka tsatsi le o tlamele ba wile court ka lona a le ko Pambridge Court. We don't know what happened. La collapse ya ba ile hore ke rest in peace.
So collapse
That's
ka
how-
Pambridge Court.
Pambridge Court.
Okay, inside.
No, at the parking lot.
Okay.
But on the day, your appearance.
Now this is your husband, by the way, also divorce. And then after hearing such news, how was the feeling, Huena and the kids?
Firstly, lifuki leaf.
Lifuki leaf,
Lifu la
yes.
stranger lu tlisa bohloko. La motho ke mse, as long as I'm at the funeral, one of the other ke tlo ba emotional. And remember hore motho ke my high school,
Sweetheart.
we understand. And in a say enemy ya ka, that's number one. Motho ana ka re bona le ena during the case. Ana ka ipotsa hore but ba banne ba botsa hore by the way, why Lily so friendly, le talk and everything, but little one I got into no well leaders. Remember, I was not fighting him, I was fighting for the justice of what has happened to me, not Yena. I never
You're
hated
fighting
him.
the system.
I was not hating him. I never hated him. So I was emotion, vele ke hopotse our good olden days, seeing where we could have been if things were never turned out the way they were. Ke na le bana. Now I have to think for bana baka. As much as nenteke nana ka bona during the case, I had to help them during the case or ba khona ho cope of what ba khona ho ba le understanding of what was going on between nna le yena. Then ba khona ho riska ba bana ba ile hore ba kopa kopane and stuff. During the funeral I played the very same role. Now I had to be strong for myself. I have to be strong for my kids, and now I have to accept hore akai thola justice yaka. I have to make peace with that. So I was in a very dark space because all I wanted was justice, so that people batsebe hore I was not bluffing, or maybe because of Gilly Peter or what. I wanted to understand hore we to remember somebody who was for over 10 years, somebody that you believed on, somebody that you believed live vision ya bophelo ba lona le ena, and then all of a sudden
One day such and
you understand. I wanted to know what was the reason. Was that his decision or was influence behind? I never got those answers. Then I had to make peace with them, and it was not an easy journey. Remember ka khona o dila le what was going on hore unchisitse and stuff, because I had to close back that thing ke di bottle up ke di behind my mind so that I can focus in getting justice. Now that I no longer got justice, and then hustle, now I have to go and open that room and let everything out ke dile le yona. So for a few years after that, it was a very hard journey, because now I have to deal with something that ekes nandi karabo tsa yona, but I have to make peace. Then finally I made peace with it. I got help. Then I made peace with it. Yeah, I am.
You're sharp right now.
100%.
Shoo. Tough.
So it's doable.
Yeah.
It's doable. After you survive, you can stand, pick up your life, and live. And who will lead the poor? And I survive everything, wherever. Because I knew my truth, and I was living in my truth, not what the world or the society think the truth is.
My priest yesterday go cracking, and then he said to me, you know, because he was speaking to me, remember he cracking phone now. Then he said, whether you do good or bad, people will always talk and judge you. Right, so I'm glad because of what Tasha went to say, whatever le batlang patina, ke nna tsebang hore o etsaetseng, and ke nna batlang peace, like you're saying now. At the end of the day, you were to make peace with the fact that you don't get the answers and stuff, and mutola hasa leo, you can't get answers anyway. Now, tell me, Osponso, with Ntobi Buang, define for what Basatse being the GBV, expand that, because the red flags are there, but to abakhonu bona these things.
I wouldn't say hore abakhonu di bona, but we don't have the courage to deal with them or face them.
Okay.
We don't think we have power to overcome because of what society has made us to believe. Remember, we are living in a patriarchal society whereby women should be inferior to men. We understand. We are made to believe monna ketlo, and then whatever monna says goes, wrong or right. So we see these things. If you can ask all the survivors, they have seen this thing coming. mongwe o tla o botsa but ba ya bona ba sho njalo ama-activists lawa nama-survive but why bebangaphumi it's not something that you can just decide because remember you have to kill what you were taught
First.
Hore, what if ke tswa this thing and then ha ke fitla ka ntla ke survive family ya ka tla re weekend tse ipone that's why we think we need approval ya kereke ya hao you need approval ya bagotsi you need approval so that you have a cushion to fall back on that's what we most need because that's why le nna ke ile ka bua le batho ba bo mme ka bua but I never got help because all the advices will come back to the same situation without any solution. We understand. So up until if it and ring, I've knocked all the doors and they're all shut on my face. I'm alone. So whatever that I do, I have to do for myself. Mangifangife. That's what has last. But it doesn't come because when you think it will just happen. Remember, umoto. Ule moto jwalo, you have to talk to your own self. Right or wrong. Then take a decision whether it was wrong or right. But you think about it, and you plan, and you do it. Anything that you do in life, you've got a plan where to get tea back and what needs to be there. And then you go and make a tea, and then you come back and enjoy your tea. How vele utsuwe I kill and sharp and then I go. Remember, but it started as a mistake. I didn't mean to do it. 10 years later, I said the very same thing. It gets worse. And then wherever you talk about it, you get the advice. What's what and then yeah, about right. Whatever how can whatever how can so not everything works for everybody. But at the end of the day, the bus stop with you. You need to make a decision. And back in the day, Rona, openly, who knows not this activism. Every now and then, daily ribua kayona. So the information is there now. You know the red flags you can see, and then you know so then Eriki Homuto Oto Honangu understand that. Ntweki buang ato honangu mamela without judging. Prejudgment bulaya.
My beautiful sister. Harkenem. Ekshubile vandaag. Mavus. Right? Bakojwali. They from Biblos Zen, wherever Mobalunkote. Then there's an agreement. Asva. Sister Hussein. Ore, mamela yi. Nabi folk via yi. Kiwatla triplog. Or else. Kubule kisi rape. In that situation, as ole mtu wa msadi, do you think it is fair?
You know, it's a sad part because we are fighting GBV. Our sisters, our friends, our mothers, and everybody that suffer polao and all this daily. Then we've got women like that. So now we are not saying that it's correct for you to kill that woman because you're over. But now it has to go both ways. That's why sometime, someday, we need, as men and women at the same space, have a dialogue about this GBV. So that we have an understanding of what men think. And men think, not then we're going to talk about our own thoughts, not knowing what are the issues men are facing daily, like the one that we are talking about. It's not normal for you to go for you to get a woman. Remember, a woman, go starting and have a woman. It's a safe thing. So once you start getting a woman like that, there is something wrong there about you.
As a man.
As a man.
Okay.
A man, you need to be safe, and as a woman, you need to be safe. Because all I do pick up is because of what's about it. This is not a normal thing. How to pick up actually, meaning that it's a transactional relationship.
Sure.
A relationship, it just happened naturally somewhere. But how it's about something, then you must. Because I don't want to say it's a prostitution or something, but you are buying alcohol because you're expecting to receive something. And that somebody also is giving something expecting. And you don't talk about these things. Have a clean talk. How it out on shell? It's all about orikitlo shell of Rajol. Then how unka unka as what? That's where the problem starts. Hari bueng openly. So that you as a man, you are safe. And that woman as a woman is safe.
Yeah. Let's agree before vi.
So that both of you have an understanding. And make sure when we are secure in what way, so that half it around replicate, but we had an agreement. Yes, it's our conversation. We had an agreement. But if it can be because I'm totally intoxicated. Maybe because then it can be because it was not consensual. So be safe as a man, as much as a woman, we need to be safe.
Your view, or rather take, with the sex workers, Matsidiso, next door, Kingwana Holland Sharp, now Sally stage in sub cherry, right? Wakala was Lee Queeniana, right? Bo Abuti Kesha, Kadivi 300, Kibatuba High. Later on the stage, that life anaipila Labatubali, nice place and all that, Habasali, Ramtola Kujubek. Sarik Samnil. Because working into you. And do you think it's a right way Yaori Banaboburuna Batene to be such things?
It's broader and said. And Wabona now, since the Mkwanazi saga, foreigners have occupied everything in our country. So some sex work, it is buying kilo as a survival thing. For me to survive, I have to go because that's what I have. I didn't have an opportunity to go to school. Some had an opportunity, but you could not find a job. Now, I can't survive anyhow. I don't get a job. Then they turn up for sex workers. So as they are workers, they are selling their body for them to get paid. It's not a nice thing. Especially in an informal thing, mailoring is not regulated or something, because they end up getting abused also, or not protected for whatever reason. But it's a reality that we are living in, and we can't judge the situation.
Oh, sister, in a couple of days, if not a week or so, Regena Women's Month. Your understanding of what happened in 1956 compared to today in terms of the opportunity for Batbabomme? Do you think the country is doing well? Right. Take us through understanding how Kahudi Yabomme.
Bomme ba kena to the street, balanola the ban of the Donbass and all those stuff. Balanola bomang, banna ba bona. Lord Baskapila under curfew ba khona hore ba sebeletse ba support malapa and come back home as and when batla ba tlo ba le di families tsa bona. The very same men be loren today ke bona ba abuse and the very same women. So now the struggle of today is far set, painful, and worse than the previous one. In what way? There's nothing exciting. Let me celebrate our the bravery, and then the achievement. The women of 1915. Six. But now instead of us using that month in celebrating the Women's Month, it's whereby now we have to deal with all these issues. Run campaigns, trying to make an awareness, trying to assist whenever we can. So there's nothing nice about celebrating that. The struggle of today is far worse because basadi babolawa. Get the very same woman, get the very same men, get the woman, or be free and work and move around freely. But today is the woman who can move freely because of the very same men, of which something is wrong there. Hence, I'm saying that we need a deeper and a broader dialogue. Not more loring, there's a men conference somewhere, how do we stop GBV? And then where there is women conference, where loring, the impact and what of GBV and femicide. More loring, all of us will be together as activists, finding out what is it that is wrong in our society and face it head on. Starting there, culture ya rona. Inferior. Right now, I'm getting married to 2 males. You're okawa lower most because you'll see it as Like kanjani.
Yeah, kanjani.
Because yes, we are seeing it
You'll
there
be
on
then
social
labeled.
media
Yeah.
and what. But hasn't told ring around gas. You understand? So, but the day we born them face to face, low collapse or collapse. Why? Because it is done by women. But if Munare, I'm taking 5 wives, then you won't see it as a problem. So to tell you that, suddenly problem, as human beings, why do we have to classify each other? This is good for you and this is not good for you. Hence, I've said, what you do on the left, supposed to be do on the right.
Yeah.
100%. And we've got dreams, we've got brains, plan, and then we've got vision or to come together and then align our thinking and our vision and make it one, repeal in harmony.
I'm not.
But before that kind of a dialogue, I don't think we'll win this.
Now, tell me, just in closing, right? I know you are an activist. I know you're very active in terms of leading the society and all that. Do you get the invites, Mhlomong, whereby you'll then speak the Gregeng in a community about the issue of GBV?
As a survivor, you are a living testimony.
Sure.
And then it is my job now to testify until, to educate, so that save maphelo a basadi ba bang gore is doable. If Pontsho kgone o etsa ana feta current e thata o feta mine is a bit simple, meaning that I can do it.
Yeah.
Then is to empower them, or you can do it on your own. I get invites, I don't mind sharing, I don't mind speaking, and I am a sister, I am a friend, I am a mother to anyone who needs those. I'm available on social media. You can just contact me and then share. I cannot help you, but I've been around. I can be able to get help for you. So I'm there, I'm available to give education, to give support, to give a listening ear.
For someone on social network platform, how can they reach you? Maybe if are you comfortable in sharing your numbers or maybe your email address so you assist?
Okay, for the phone number, not now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for phone number,
Sure.
no, it's something else. But I told like on Facebook, okay, Pontsho Mahara.
Yeah.
Then I've got Pontsho Serumula, and then I can go TikTok Pontsho Mahara, and then email address p serumula.ps@gmail, meaning that is my initial and surname .ps@gmail.com.
The surname Serumula.
Yes.
Ke abo Autiel.
Yes.
Okay, so you still keeping it.
I can't use it, so it's mine. I didn't steal it.
My sister, thank you so much. Ke lebohela nako ya hao, ke lebohela o tla o tlo share le rona in educating bo ausi ba rona out there ka dintho tse etsahalang in our community. They really bad, you know, and we cannot just keep quiet about them. By the way, how hlokale fela re bue about these things. We need to act. Ka ntho tse ka re ntse. I wish you re ka kopana happy maybe somewhere this year late to discuss furthermore and keep on educating our community. I wish maybe it can be a platform whereby you will then how to with few yabomme, maybe 49. The bigger the smaller the group, and then we will awareness. Yahore, this it must come to an end in our community. Reskera celebrator, it's really important like 9 through the drinks, through the party and all that. Really celebrate it through the talks and through acting towards Toksarun. My sister, I thank you so much. Ubeli tsazilimnati.
And please, from today, I hope your mindset has changed.
Sure.
You'll never, ever, ever look away or out here about
Sure.
Shapa media.
Yeah.
You have to speak the day a man know how sana butabelo. It's wrong. I think something will change and we win at this thing, because the more you look away, the more ata abali abatlokima ponis, and then we're not umcover. You are part of the problem.
My sister, awusamfuni awuthiyami nawe awusamfuni my sister. Danukuthi umbulali. Space. Salute.
Thank you.